Hello everyone. Today we're gonna do something different. Today we're not gonna do a speedrun. Today we're gonna talk about speedrunning. I'm gonna do a walkthrough of my Any speedruns. I will play through speedrun very slowly, pausing a lot and explaining what I do and how and why. And the general, and some talking about the general tactics when speedrunning. Speedruns in general requires a lot of planning. All the bases have to be designed before you start. I improvise very little. Some things I improvise, like where I place some of the requester chests, provider chests for additional material for bots, and so I just place them whatever. And some parts at the end is where I place some of the assemblers making satellite parts, and so I don't have an exact position of those. I just place them in the general location where I usually place them. Apart from that, most of the base is actually fixed to within one tile, basically. I know the exact tile where to place everything of most things. I'm not gonna time this run as it will be very slow. I'm gonna play it in single player, so I'll be able to pause the game. Hello, Eddie man. Yep, I can't pause the game in multiplayer. The reason why we usually speedrun in multiplayer is simple. It's because when we open the research screen, I can show you here quickly. If I open a research screen, the game is paused. That means the base is not producing anything. And as the timer measures real time, I don't want the game to pause when I open the screen. I want the base to continue producing while I do select research. That is the only reason why we normally play in multiplayer. Today I'm going to play in single player, so that I can pause the game. The reason I want to pause the game is because if I don't and just play it slowly, I will produce a lot more resources than I normally do, and that will kind of not be a good representation of how the speedrun usually goes. I will probably be able to read chat a lot more today. Usually when speedrunning it's very hard to keep up with the chat. I read sometimes, but today I'm gonna read. Walkthrough, yes! That is what we're doing. So, when starting here, this is the normal map. I mean, this is a great map. The starting location is very good. Close, iron, copper and coal patches. This iron patch is huge. We have a huge copper patch right next to it. Stone is a bit far away, up here and one down here, but that's okay. We also have a lot of coal rocks close to start. That's good. Will this be uploaded to YouTube? Yes, I think I will upload this to YouTube. So the first thing we want to do is place our first miners, burner miners and furnace. We also need to fuel for them. The optimal start would have been if I had a tree or two very close to where I spawn, because those are so quick to chop down, and then I can get the first miner started. This map doesn't have that, so I have to go get a coal rock. So we're gonna run over to coal rock, opening crafting window, crafting a pickaxe. And then we're going to take one of these 3 coal rocks. And then we're going to do some inventory management. First we're going to craft, then we're going to put coal here. See what I did there? I put coal in the... No, there's no speedrun today. This will only be a walkthrough. I put coal in the quick bar and I locked it using middle mouse button. So now I always have coal here in this slot, which is quite convenient, easy access. So we're gonna place 2 of these, that, open and drag. So now we filled all of them. And then I'm gonna mine some iron here. The reason for mining iron here is I want to get a second burner done as quickly as possible. So I can get 2 burner miners very fast. So now I don't have enough iron, so then I'm gonna craft the intermediates. I need 3 gears for burner miner. Then I wait until I get that much. Then we can craft second burner miner. Then we fill it with coal and we go grab the other 2 coal rocks. Then we craft some more furnaces. I usually craft 7 here because that's what I need. Then I'm gonna pick up the iron, craft, place furnaces, use hotkey and then insert, craft another furnace, miner. I'm gonna place that, and then I'm gonna put in the second burner miner here because that is always low on coal first. Then we clear out these rocks because I need stone now, and they are in the way of my coal mining. That will happen a lot later, but I need stone now. Then we're going to place some more miners, and we have no coal, so I will take out from that because I know that has a lot. Then I'll take from that because that also has a lot, and then I will craft another one. Then I will just place 2 miners here for coal. Also here, if we turn on Alt, we see these miners are facing each other, so they will feed each other, so they will fill up with coal. Instruction manual for Anti? Yeah, he could use this, but not really. Now when we have 6 iron furnaces running and 2 coal, we're gonna go down and grab 2 more coal rocks. That is a bit far away. While doing this, we're gonna, while running here, we're gonna select research, and we're gonna craft all the stone furnaces that we can. After I mine these 2 coal rocks, I get some more coal and some more stone. I know I need 35 furnaces, so I have 25 now. That means I need 10 more. I got 13, so that's fine. That's quite good actually. Now we're gonna pick up all the iron, craft burner miners. Then I'm gonna place 1 here for copper and take out some of the coal there. Don't need all of that. The reason I place 1 on copper is because I want to craft red science while I am running down to chop some wood later, and then I need some copper, and that single furnace will provide me with that copper. Otherwise it's most important to expand iron first, because iron is what you need to craft more burners, and more you need most iron. So we'll craft more, then we're gonna set up, we're gonna have 4 miners here. So we have filled them with coal. Then we're gonna expand the coal mining, making a circle here so that all, each of these burner feeds into the next. I can take out coal. Let me go grab more iron to craft more miners. I'm going to expand coal until we have 12 miners here. I put some in to get them started, take out. I control click to take out and put in. Now I need to get some more, craft some more miners. Now we're gonna go up and expand copper. Oh, we ran out of fuel here. I need to also do some refueling here. Now I should count how many I get here. I take out some coal there so I can fuel everything. Now I pick up the copper. That already ran out, so we have to refuel a bit more. Now I've stopped crafting, which is not good. At this point we have all the copper and all the iron furnaces running that we want, burners. and all the coal. Now we're gonna do stone mining, which is very far away. That's the reason I wanted the copper, because when I run there it will take a while to get there. Then I can spend the time crafting miners for science. So let's fill up here a bit. Björn is hosting with 3 viewers. Thank you. Let's see, where were we? Yeah, we need to craft one more. That we need a chest, we need science. Then we're going to start the stuff we need for making the power to actually get the lab running. So I have put some in that. Now we're going to chop wood while we wait for all this huge crafting cube. I need wood for power poles. I need quite a lot of it. I need about, let's say, 110. So I'm going to do half of that now and half when I go back here after I place the lab that's going to research automation for me. Bit behind on the crafting here this game, so let's chop some more wood. Now the science is done. 1 power pole is not enough, we need about 4. We can craft that one. Oh, now we need to refuel a bit. Take coal, put in coal. When I put in coal I do control right click to put half a stack in. So you see I put 25 coal here on each. That's half a stack. We're gonna pick up some more iron, some more coal, because copper will also be out of fuel. So the same thing here, refuel. We're gonna do the power poles. What we also need is 1 pipe, 2 boilers, and a lab. 2 steam engines lab. Now we're gonna create what is called a Sulen power plant, because he was the one who started using these, which is quite efficient power plant when you mine directly into the boiler. Need to put some coal in here. I can take it out again. We can refill some copper, pick up some copper. I'm gonna drag power poles down. I'm gonna place them here because that's where I would need them. Can refuel here the ones that are running out. So now the lab is done. We're gonna craft 5 miners. Put in the science. Oh, some more is running out. That one also. Okay, what we're also gonna craft is a chest, an inserter, and then all the belt we can do. We got 28 belt. That's not enough. I'm gonna craft 15 power poles. Now we're gonna chop wood until we have about little over 100. Pipe got consumed by recipes? No, it don't. If it's not crafted before I select other recipes, it doesn't get consumed. So I have to select all the other stuff I add other stuff to the handcraft queue before the pipe is actually crafted. If the pipe is crafted, it gets consumed. Okay, we're gonna refuel here so that we get lots of stone. We're gonna pick up the stone. And we're gonna craft so we have exactly 24 furnaces. I have 3, so we need 21. Now we're gonna set up the hotkeys here the way I like to have them. I can talk a bit about hotkeys. I remove coal here because I usually have belt here, except in the first game, for start of the game. And then we have power pole, chest, and inserters. This is just the way I used to, because I'm used to it. We can look at bit my key bindings. Inventory. This is normally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and shift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I rebound them a lot. For belt I have mouse button 4, and for the one I ever put inserter it's actually mouse button 5. And then I have shift mouse button 5, control mouse button 5. This is where I have red inserters and this is where I have blue inserters. So I have all inserters on mouse 5 with shift or control. And the same thing goes for belt. I have belt on the first slot because somehow I always misclick when I try to reach the 1 key, so I don't use that. And then I have underground belt. I have belt here, underground belt, and splitter. So I have all the belts on mouse 4 and all the inserters on mouse 5. Everyone uses this in a different way. This is how I prefer it. When speedrunning, it's quite important that you learn to use these shortcuts. So when starting with this, it's very difficult to not pick up from the quick bar. So you pick up and drag. So you have to force yourself to not use that and then try to find the correct button to press to get it. But after a while you know them by heart, so you don't have to think. I mean, I don't have to think that I need to press left mouse button to play something or right mouse button to mine something. And the same goes for all of these hotkeys. I no longer have to think I need an inserter, now I need to press this button. It just happens. So you get used to it. It's muscle memory or something. So first thing we're going to do now is refuel, because stuff tend to run out. Now I actually need to pick up coal. We're going to refill copper also. Now we can actually take out the coal from there. So I use this as anchor point, so I know where this goes. Oops, that opened automatically. Huh, that's what single player does for you. So research is done. That means I'm gonna start crafting assemblers, because I want assemblers very early. So I'm gonna make, okay, I didn't pick up the iron. I need to pick up iron. 2 assemblers and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 25 inserters. I'm gonna place miners, drag some belt, place a chest, inserter, place the coal in here, power this. I know where this power pole goes to not be in the way later. Okay, I don't have coal. I refuel it. Now I actually screw this up with power poles. Then we're gonna, as I have exactly 24, I don't need to count these. Yeah, I mean, you can see the splits I have them open here. I'm not gonna go as fast as you usually do now, so I will be a bit behind. I mean, I already know I'm way ahead in crafting compared to where I normally is, so that means I'm going slow. So doing a total timeout would not be representative. Unpause, yep. And now we're gonna drag the belt here. Ah, I didn't make enough belt. I forgot to make belt, so let's make some more belt. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna also place the assemblers, start making intermediates, so the crafting I will do will be faster. Then I'm gonna start placing inserters. This is something you learn by a lot of practice, to place these inserters correctly. It's actually not that hard. We're also gonna pick up some coal now to fill. Did I just misplace all the inserters the wrong way? Okay, we're gonna take some coal, put in here, so they start sooner. Now we have this going. Gonna pick up intermediates and craft 8 more miners. We need to refuel a bit. Also pick up copper. Some copper need to be refueled also. green ship, yeah, green ship assembler is important, but I don't do that later. I will handcraft the green ships. If I get gears and wire, I basically cap handcrafting time in half. With the green ships it gets even faster. I mean, making inserter, that's 1 gear, 1 green ship, and the inserter each take half a second. Also 3 wires, which is 0.75 seconds. So with nothing, no intermediates, it takes 2.25 seconds to craft an inserter. If I have gear and wire, it goes down to 1 second. If I also have green circuits, it takes half a second. So I more than double the crafting speed I can get. Why is the belt not here? So let's refuel these. Place the 8 miners so this gets to full line. Power. Okay, now we're gonna craft 8 assemblers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Need some more. Then we need 2 inserters. Still low on iron. 2 labs, and then we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4 boilers. I'm again gonna place ghosts here, so I know that I place this correctly. Then we're gonna do 5 gear assemblers here, fueling them with iron. I'm gonna connect this, trying to get this power pole to not be in the way. It always turns out to be in the way. And then we're gonna do red science assemblers here with the labs. Then we're gonna put some copper in here, take out the gears from here, put some gears in. This is when I usually split. Last time I did this in 11 minutes 7 seconds. So that's the time I want to be. I think we're a bit slower now. No, these red signs are actually not temporary. They will be crafting red signs the whole game. The labs are temporary. The science assemblers is not. Is sub 10 possible here? With a lot of practice. I mean, it depends also on the order you do things. I set up the first iron line before I set up red signs. If set up red signs first, then sub 10 is possible. Yeah, I'm working ahead. I mean, I placed these red assemblers where they are supposed to be, so I don't have to move them, basically. I could place them anywhere, but then I would have to move them. If I place them here, I don't need to move them. That's the way why the distance here is important. Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade the blues later. Actually, the one at the bottom is gonna stay assembler 1. That is to make the production of red science and green science more equal. Okay, now we're gonna expand power. Actually, you know what? We're gonna show my crafting list. I don't have the start of the crafting list because that I know by heart, but from now on I have. Let me show my crafting list. It looks like this. Can you see my mouse pointer? Probably. I'm now at stage which is called power. I have done the red side. I'm not power, so I have crafted the 4 boilers. Now I'm going to craft 8 steam engines, 2 pipes, and 4 miners to complete the Sulan power plant. Yeah, 8, 9 assemblers, 8 for making red and 9 for making green. All blues except for 1 red assembler. Yes, that's what I do. Yeah, yes, this is designed in Excel. I actually have a picture of the Excel list so I can move it around on my second screen easier. The icons are actually, I designed this in Google Sheets, and the icons are just links to icons from the wiki page, so it's quite easy. Just right click the icon on the wiki page, copy the link, and then paste it in Google Sheets, and I get the icon. Icons are there to because it's quicker for me to see. I can just at a glance see what's next. If I type the name, I actually have to read it. So icons make it quicker, all made to be as quickly as possible to see what's going on next. That's why it's color coded as well, so I know which stage I'm at. Icons again for, yep. Now you have gaps between your handcrafting. Do you usually have gaps? No, usually I never stop handcrafting. That's because I'm doing the walkthrough, so it will be a bit slower. I'm actually limited by handcrafting speed basically up until I've done the oil. Then I have some downtime in handcrafting. But preferably I want to craft according to this list, or basically according to the list. Can't really follow every step exactly, but more or less according to this list until I get to the rest last part. Then it's just okay, this is what I need to craft in no particular order. But I shouldn't have any downtime until like I set up oil. Calling's ready, yeah. Thanks. Let's go to this screen again. Okay, so where were we? We're gonna craft 8 steam engines. 1, 2. We need more. Oops, they're out of coal here. I need to put in more coal here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's put all that coal in this chest. Pick up the intermediates. We're also gonna pick up these 2 assemblers and move them. 1, 2, and then 2 pipe, and then we can wait a bit with the miners, because the assemblers here we're going to place up here and use to make wire. I do this right next to the copper miners. There is a reason for that. It's because when I am here I can feed them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to expand the power plant. While I have some downtime here, while I wait for the crafting, I usually go and actually need iron to do this. Then refill these gear assemblers, so I get more gear. I actually had lots of iron. And we're gonna switch this one to make belt. Okay, next thing on the handcrafting list is actually some chests. Because next thing I'm going to do is automate get the gear production. Need a power pole here. Refuel, take out, put in copper. Can refuel a bit here. From it here, craft more inserters. Ah, a bit annoying that this window auto pops up. Is that a setting? It doesn't do that in multiplayer. It's in the controls? No, it's not on the controls. It's an other. Where is that? Settings, interface. That one. There it was. So we're gonna pick up belt, pick up gear. I need that many. Then I'm gonna add outputs here. Misplacing. I'm gonna power these. We also need to craft some power poles. Now I have lots of belts because I took out of this belt assembler, so I didn't have to handcraft that. We can start that up. I can show you what I did there. When I open an assembler and shift click any empty space in the inventory, then I put everything I can put as input, I put into the assembler. So that's a quick way of inserting into assemblers. The next thing we're going to do after this, we automated the gears, is to create the second half of this iron line. To do that I need miners, furnaces, chests, and lots of inserters. So we're gonna do all the furnaces, a chest, 13 miners is exactly what I need, so I'll craft that. Then we're gonna add outputs here. Run, oops, yeah, not perfect. Run back with power poles. See, I have 45 belt, which is not enough, so I need to pick up running areas. Now we see that this production is actually automated. We probably need to add some more stuff here, preferably gears. Probably some more gears to keep the science assemblers running. So I'm gonna place the other half of the furnace line. Put some yeah, I don't know, this is actually right. I'm gonna place some miners. I think we need to craft is lots and lots of inserters. Now I'm actually handcrafting gear, which is not optimal at this point. So I'm gonna go here, pick up gear, cancel some of these. If I have gear, it goes faster. I'm actually out of copper. I've forgotten to go pick up the copper wire here. That was a lot of copper wire. Can take coal out of all these. Refuel. Yeah, I put in more. So how many did I craft? About 30. 1, 2, 3, 4. Research is progressing. We're going for automation 2, which is what the next thing we actually need. Running out of inserters. Can power this while I wait for the last inserters to craft. Now I can also quick start this by inserting coal. So that is done. We're gonna pick up, restart that one. Let's see, what do I need? I need coal for the next part, because now I'm gonna go down, craft 9. Why? Low on iron. Need to pick up more iron. Prefer this can be optimized so I don't run this much back and forth. 1, 2, 10 and 1, 3. So that's 13 miners we're crafting. This is for the copper line. What about placing both the input and output insertion in a rectangle pattern? Did you just place 12 out of 30 miners? Did I? 4, 1, yeah. I'm missing one. That's a mistake. That shouldn't happen. Now we're gonna do a copper line, which is next thing. We can see if we look at the crafting list. I'm now here at copper, so I need to craft 13 miners and 24 furnaces. I have no stone, that's why I'm running down here now. While I craft the miners, I will run down here and get stone. Also refuel the stone. So I'll take some coal, put coal in these, take out stone. There are lots and lots of stone now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I usually go 25 because it's faster to click. So then we can drag some belt. How much belt do I have? Not a lot, so I'll pick up some more. Can also pick up gears. Then we can check how the status is of the assemblers. They are almost empty. Now they have stuff, all of them. So the copper line goes up here. like this. Here below these rocks we're gonna turn it, and then we're going up here. So next thing we need to craft is actually 100 inserters. That should be the right amount. We can refuel copper. We can put more copper in these wire assemblers. And we're going to set up the 13 copper miners, which is enough for half a line. Later we're going to expand it with 13 more. Yeah, I have one left. That means I forgot to place one. We'll connect this to here. Refuel here and there. I actually need more coal now because I need to put in a chest to feed the copper smelting. Here we're gonna have a chest. I put some coal in there. I put some coal in here. The reason why we use coal, chests in coal to feed the smelting is because it's very quick to set up. We're gonna later replace them with the belted in coal, but that takes a long time to set up now, so we're gonna do that later. After we set up some more automation. We want to automate oh, I kind of forgot about power poles. 1, 2, 3 power poles was in the list I was supposed to do 4 there. So now I didn't follow my crafting list, so I ran out of power poles. The point of having a crafting list is that you should never run out of stuff. Now I did. That's because I haven't followed it. Now we see that automation 2 is finished. Next thing I'm going to research is steel. We also need 1 underground, 1, 2, 3 splitters. So the copper line is coming down here. Now it states here we need to put more gear in here. Can also put some more copper in. We can pick up gear and pick up belt, feed this assembler. Now we're going to set up this, lock this at the correct spot. We need to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we need to make 10 of those, 5 of those, 10 of those. The reason I crafted 100 I'm gonna see where 100 inserter is because I will turn some of them into fast and long inserters. This will be the green circuit build. We're gonna have long inserters here feeding into chests. And we're gonna have I set up my hotkeys. We're gonna have fast inserters here. I usually just put some. Now we're gonna look at the crafting list again. What I was supposed to craft is actually 15 reds and 30 blues. I didn't craft that. I crafted 10 blues and 5 reds. So I need 10 more reds and 20 more blues. Get this started. I can pick up some here. So 10 more. Actually out of iron, which is kind of bad. That should be buffering up in this furnaces. So that should be enough. I'm gonna add additional normal inserters here. Then I'm gonna connect iron coming here. Put a splitter up here. This the green build is not completely finished yet. I need those faster. This green build is not the one you usually see. This one is far superior. You usually see the 3 to 2 3 copper wire to 2 green circuit assemblers of the same type. That actually takes a lot more resources to build than to use assembler 2s feeding into assembler 1s. That's a lot cheaper to build, and it's also perfect ratio. So I don't understand why people doesn't always use this, why people use this 3 to 2. I can see no reason of building that like ever. This is cheaper to build, it's faster to build, and it's also easy to upgrade, because if you upgrade this green circuit assemblers to blue assemblers and put prod modules in them, you still get almost perfect ratio. If you do 3 to 2, then you need a double red inserters as output inserters from the green. So it's also a bit harder to buffer it in a convenient way. If you just place it on a belt, I guess it doesn't matter, but I've seen many people do this 3 to 2 with only one red. That doesn't work unless you have upgraded inserter speeds, inserter speed 2, stack inserter speed 2. Then it actually works. So this is the red build. Now we're going to automate belt and inserters. So what we need to do is have a belt here with gear and green circuits on it. We're also going to craft something. What we want to craft now is 13 miners. Now I have all the intermediates, so crafting is a lot faster. Then we're going to set up. Oops, that's a lot of misclicks. Here we're going to make inserters, here we're going to make belt. The reason for this double inserters into gears, into belt, is that one red inserter can't keep up with the crafting speed. You need 2 for each resource. It's actually the same for inserters. One of these blue assemblers making inserters can make 1.5 inserters per second, but with this input it can only make 1.15. So this assembler will only make 1.15. It will idle part of the time. I don't have space to add. I could add 2 more here and get it up to full speed, but I'm gonna drag underground belt past here to route gears to the red signs later. So I actually can't use this space because I don't have space here. That's the only reason. Right, now I automated this. Next thing we want to do is, if we look at the crafting list again, it's actually where we have done the inserter part. Now it's coal and power. So I need to craft the 13 miners, almost done. Then we need some power poles, underground splitters, and then stuff to make another power plant. Because power now is barely keeping up, and if we're going to expand more and do green and red science automation and labs, then we need a lot more power. So we're going to do power first. Maybe I should turn that off again. So we need some power poles, actually out of copper. We can pick up here. I'm actually so slow, I'm almost out of coal. Then we're going to make some underground, some splitters, some burner inserters, pipe, more pipe, boilers, steam engines, and then some furnaces to make mini steel. I'm still missing. Am I missing assemblers here? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, there's only 12 here. Here's supposed to be 13. I screwed up. Now I'm actually missing one miner. Oh well. That's fuel. So put some fuel in here. There's gonna be one space above here, not mining iron. Okay, we're missing one here, not the end of the world. Okay, I add one more miner later. Steel processing is done. Just select some random research that we can do. I can pick up that copper wire. Can be good to have. Always that I get that in the way. Here we're gonna turn down, and now we're gonna remove these chests and replace them with underground belts. These chests were about to run out. Smelting hadn't stopped, but power plant is gonna be over here. So we're gonna cut through here. What we want to craft now is 16 assemblers, and then about 40. Wait, we need normal inserts first. 40 long inserters. I don't know if I got that. That should be enough. And then you're supposed to craft everything you need. I didn't craft a water pump. One, two. Okay, now let's set up the second power plant. Have you considered using 2 reds for a wire to green ships instead of 1 blue and 1 yellow? Equal as fast? No, they're not equal as fast. They are yes. A yellow has 0.83 items per second. A red one has 1.15. A blue is actually twice as fast as yellow. It has 2.3. So, and I need to move 3 items per second. 2 reds cannot move 3 items per second. That's only 2.3. 2 reds is like 1 blue. But 1 blue and 1 yellow, that is more than 3 items per second. So that is enough. Okay, I'm also missing a pipe. Then boilers. Some belt. Burner inserters. The one only good use case of burner inserters is actually feeding coal into boilers. Pipe. Here's the second power plant. This power plant I'm going to later expand, so it's 20 long, but this is enough for now. What do I next on the crafting list? It's actually 36 labs. Oh, I don't want to be crafting all the green chips, because I can pick up green chips here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Belt. I should also pick up belt. How many was that? 10 plus. That should be enough, right? So now we're gonna automate the sciences. We're gonna have copper coming in here, which we want to put on the other side of this belt here. What I did here, I put a side loaded here into an underground belt. That means only one of the lanes get in. Here's as this underground is actually facing downwards, it's only the top lane that goes in. This underground is actually going the wrong way, so I have to turn it. So I turn it like that. Now the gears is only the gears come up here, and that fast inserter places the copper on the other side. Then we're going to make more redstone. 5, 6, 7. Then make some input here. And some output to this side here. Power this all up. Drag 4 lanes of belts here. Can't wait for power between oil and bots. Yeah, Hopefully we'll get to that today. Here's also an interesting thing I do. This belt assembler actually produces 3 belts each second. That's more than one blue assembler can actually move into the chest. So I have one blue assembler feeding directly from the one blue inserter feeding directly from the assembler to this belt. The science doesn't use the full output of that blue assembler, so this one, the one feeding the chest, will take more when this belt back up. But using this way, I can get out all the 3 belt per second from the assembler, so it will actually work at full speed. This assembly is only making 1.15 because that's the input limited from the input inserters, the red inserters. So that is fine to feed from the chest. And it also turns out that doing it this way places them on different sides of the belt. Because feeding directly to the belt plays to the right side, this plays to the far side. So then we're gonna place 2, 3, 4. Oh. Didn't I craft enough of these? I screwed up my crafting queue again. So that's 9. Now I'm gonna add some input inserters, some output inserters, power everything up. Then we're gonna have science buffers here. Next on the crafting list is actually a shit ton of miners, like 40 miners. Okay, here I use ghosts to measure where this actually going to be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here is where I need to place the science. Okay, remove those. Then we're going to drag some power poles over here while we run back. Then we're going to place the labs. $18 and then 18 more. There's actually 3 I need mine. Okay, I crafted 1 too many. Then we run down, placing long inserters here. Reason for long inserters is that I'm gonna have several belts going past this, feeding different types of signs. So now it's just time to power everything up. And there's also some belt we need to drag here. So now is when I usually split labs, unless I've forgotten to do the mini steel. I'm supposed to do the mini steel after I do the copper, the coal. Yeah, Factorio is a great game, you try it. We're missing 1 miner there. Okay, let's do the mini steel now. Mini steel is to get some early steel going. I was supposed to put that up earlier, but I forgot. Now, when we have science running, this is actually, as you can see here, this is eating almost all of the inserters here, so I don't get any more inserters. The reason why I don't automate anymore here is because all this iron from this one lane gets consumed. So in order to expand my base, I need more iron. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to make more iron. Actually need some more power poles also. if we look at the crafting list, offshore miners and I need to craft underground, splitters, some more power poles, and then assemblers. Fluid handling done. Next thing we're gonna do is medium power poles, because I want medium power poles for the steel build, which comes after the second iron line. That was misplaced. What did I say I wanted to craft? Some underground, some splitters, 10 assemblers. I don't know if I crafted enough power poles. I'm going to put power poles down here, because that is going to power the steel miners. The reason for placing them now is because now I actually run from there to here and have nothing to place. So I place them now. That will save me having to run back and forth once more. Now we're going to drag the belt. 2 belts here. And then we're going to place the furnaces on the way back. And then we're going to place all the inserters. This is actually almost 100 inserters I place here. Here I actually just drag, and when I drag past, one power pole gets placed in the center. Then I need to click at the end. But the one in the middle gets placed by just dragging over. Okay, electric power poles finished. Next thing we want to do is steel furnaces, because that we want to set up production of those. So we're gonna underground this belt past here, connect it here, disconnect that. Now all this iron line goes into gears, so we need to expand the gear production. 5. I'm actually crafting greens now when I have greens here. I'm not supposed to do that. So we need to upgrade the inserters to be faster. I can remove this chest, because we're gonna have it looking like this. So now gear production is consuming one entire belt. What we're also gonna set up now is pipe production and some more inserter production here. So here it's going to be pipe, 2 assemblers making pipe. And here is 1 assembler making inserters. So I get more inserters. We need to limit this chest, because otherwise it will fill up. We're also going to do an iron buffer, putting priority to go to the rest, and whatever is left over we're gonna buffer here in chests. If I look at the crafting list, I need 100 inserts now. I have 100 inserts. I have the furnaces to make steel. So the next thing we're gonna craft is actually medium power poles, which means I need to go get steel. So and we can also select research. Next research is oil, because we want to be doing oil next. Notes too. Notes? What do you mean? Notes? I don't really have notes. Crafting lists? Yeah. Crafting list I have shown. This is my crafting list. I'm right now at doing the second iron line and steel. So this is what I need to craft. I have just finished it because I crafted in medium purples. After that I'm going to do stone mining, which is very far away. I'm going to do copper and expand power. So then I'm going to craft 50 miners, 20 underground, 10 splitters. I actually have one more note. It's my planning document, which is kind of a calculation document. Maybe I can show that not right now and talk a bit about it. This is some of the resources I produce and how much I want to produce them. So this is military side, blue side, science, speed modules, blue ships, blue circuits, purple science, and yellow science. This is the target amount that I want to produce. My build, this is how many assemblers are actually working in my build. This is the production per minute. And then I have a time when I want the production to be done. That gives me when it's done, and the production and the target gives me how long it will take, and then I type in what time I want it to be done, and that gives me the time when I want them to start. For example, black side have to start at 85 minutes. That's 1 hour 25 minutes. If you look at my splits, I'm actually 5 minutes ahead there, so that's fine. Same with blue signs, I'm like 3 minutes ahead. But if we scroll down, processing units 47, that's also a few minutes. Processing unit speed also a few minutes ahead. I forgot actually to split all signs, but I think that's quite okay. Rocket silo research was finished at 140 minutes. My target here for all signs to be done is 138. So rocket silo research was finished 2 minutes after, 1 minute after my target for the all signs to be done. I actually overproduce all the signs quite a bit, so that the silo research, I mean, I don't want to research silo with my last signs, because then it's only one lab working. Yes, I produce yellow signs for only 17 minutes. That's true. And purple. That means I have to start it at exactly 120 minutes. That's 2 hours. That's about when I get it done normally in my speedrun. And I produce for 17 minutes, and then rocket silo research should be done. I mean, there is only 2 techs requiring yellow signs. It's speed module freeze and silo, and the same for purple. It's production module free and silo. And then after I've done the silo, after silo I just have to do there is some science left over, so then I use that to create beacons so I can speed up the silo. Where were we in the crafting list? Yeah, we were on stone copper, so I need to craft 50 miners now while I set up the steel. So let's grab some gear. I'm low on iron, so should be some buffer up in here. Was actually not a lot, but yeah, I'm a bit low on gears. So steel is starting here, and we're gonna have a splitter right there, because I want 2 lines coming in here. Some coal being put in here. The reason for having 2 lines here is so that I can get enough, so I can get a full lane turning into 2 half lanes that get merged here. Now no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're only gonna do 12 because we don't have exactly a full lane. One is missing power. I'm gonna place some furnaces for steel smelting. This will later be upgraded to steel furnaces. Then I need a full lane of iron ore here. Here again, The output is coming on the outer lane and coal on the inline, so I only want to get the outer lane coming out here. Ooh, I actually don't have any chests. Okay, I'll make some chests. We can do that later. Stone, that's in the way. Sometimes when I'm low on stone, early game, I don't get enough from the coal rocks, then I will mine that rock earlier. So, inserters for coal, for steel, and then we're gonna turn the ones in the middle here. So at the bottom we both insert coal and we output steel. Thank you for the subscription, TUnVzc. I'm not gonna pretend I know how to pronounce that name, TUnVzc. Yeah, you're welcome. It's actually fun doing the stream that explaining things. It's a lot more relaxed, not as stressful. I get time to read chat and stuff like that, which I find very hard to do when speedrunning for real. We should also be researching. After oil, we want to get to construction bots. Then we need batteries, we need advanced electronics, then we need engines. So in no particular order here, batteries first I usually do. Then we're gonna set up medium power poles here. Medium power poles can cover all these inserters, which is very nice. Right, I need a chest now. So now steel is working. If we look at my splits, steel is supposed to be done at last round was done at 34 minutes 38 seconds. I think I'm actually quite behind now, but that's okay. This is not a speed run, so doesn't matter. So now steel production is up and running, so we got lots of steel. Next thing we want to do is start production of steel furnaces. To do that, just gonna grab some iron here, see if there is anything here. No, there were not. Craft 20 undergrounds. We're gonna pick up stuff here. Here some iron, that's good. Let's pick up everything. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Next on the crafting list was 5 assemblers, then 10 chests. Probably need some more power poles, not sure I have enough. Now we're gonna go get stone, because to make steel furnaces we need bricks. That means going to this quite far stone patch up north here, which is very small, but you can fit 7 miners on it. 7 miners is all I need to make all the bricks I need for an entire game. So that should be fine, or that is fine actually. As it will be running for a very long time. At start it will only be used to make steel furnaces. Here I would actually side load into the belt, so I get all the stone on one side. I don't pick up misplaced belts if I can avoid it. Here we're gonna go past here, and as all the stone is on one side, I can have coal on the other side. We're gonna have 8 stone furnaces here. That belt's actually in the way, but I need to pick up. What I should also craft is a steel axe, or 2. Let's make 2. If it should run out. If I misplace a lot of things. Iron axe was almost spent anyway. So now we should have bricks incoming here. We're gonna route them down here. I'm gonna pick up the steel while we're here. See if there's an excess iron we can pick up. There were some. Sulfur processing is done. Then we're gonna continue to research batteries. I'm gonna have buffer here for the bricks with twice as much output, because I need the output. Before I used to have the buffer here, but I couldn't fit as many output inserts there. So I've now started to have it there because I had some space left. So here we go down. Gonna add undergrounds here. Here will be a mixed belt of steel and bricks. I have no fast inserters. I have no normal inserters. Normal inserters I can usually pick up by now, because I have a lot. We're also gonna pick up some belt or some pipe and make. I need 150 undergrounds. Can't really make that now. I need some more long inserts also. So we're gonna output steel here and make a factory producing steel furnaces here. Very important to limit this because I don't want to overproduce them. One stack is enough. Now next thing to do is to expand copper. We're gonna first add some more coal miners because coal is slightly low. So we're gonna set up 13 miners more. Thirteen miners is enough to fill one side of a belt, but not both. So we side load 13 miners on each side of this belt. That makes that a full belt. Then we need to add underground belt here. And split this like this. So now we can do second half of this copper lane to make this copper full belt. Batteries finished. I should probably crafting something. Let's craft those. Batteries are finished, so we'll research plastics. Then we're gonna place the inserters here, the copper, and then we're gonna do some more stuff with the copper. Poor steel axe in the last mile. Yeah, that was actually the iron axe. Steel axes are fine, they're barely used. So, have some coal in my inventory, so I just put it in to kickstart some of those furnaces. Now when we have more copper, we can increase production of green chips a bit. So, some power. Because it's always good to have more. And we're also going to automate power poles, medium power poles. And here we have all the stuff we need to do that. We have steel and we have copper. We'll limit this chest, set it to power poles. Also I produce a lot more copper right now than I actually can consume. So here we're going to do a buffer. We're going to have 2 fast and 2 normal, which balances those chests okay. When this gets up to speed, so we'll start running, lots of that will be buffered there. Now we can look at here. We don't have oh right, I have forgotten to craft something. I skipped one step in the crafting queue. We need to do a power plant now. So we need burner inserters, we need I should actually pick up pipe so this crafting is a bit faster. I can also pick up some gears. So that's enough stuff to do the power plant, because I think power is low now. While running here I can pick up some bricks on the way. Pick up some steel, some iron. Now we're gonna expand the power plant. To make the full power plant, we can craft some pump jacks. We need 16. Yeah, fuel is working with copper, it's just late. That's why I hand fed some in. It takes a while for the one normal inserter to catch up there. Even though it outputs enough to feed all the furnaces has an internal buffer of 5 coal. So the 5 first coal put on the belt goes into the first furnace, and the next 5 goes into the next. So it takes a while for it to fill up the internal buffers of all the furnaces. Now it has gotten quite far down the chain. But if you see these other lines, the coal is actually backing up, so it does feed enough. But I think, yeah, it's 5 the internal buffer of each assembler. That was power. Now we're gonna do plastics is done. We're gonna research engines next, all towards bots. We're gonna remove all this crap because it's in the way. We also need to craft refineries, 4 refineries, and some storage tanks. We are steel, we can probably pick up steel. Before we start to set that up, we're gonna see we have furnaces. So now we're gonna upgrade steel production with steel furnaces. So we make twice as much steel. That requires more mining. So we're gonna add another 12 miners. I'll use medium power poles here, because when I blueprint it, I want the bots to be able to place medium power poles. They don't have small power poles. So now steel production is effectively doubled. Probably need to grab some steel here off the belt. I'll just put those back in the chest so they don't have to craft those. What do I need to craft? Some more tanks. I probably need some more underground belts because I don't think I crafted enough. Oh, I picked up way too many green circuits. I just put some back so I don't fill up my inventory. Okay, some I can have. What was I supposed to do? I was supposed to pick up the power poles here because I need those. Now we're gonna make, first thing we're gonna do is battery production. And it is such a fast research. We need, oh, I forgot about advanced electronics. Okay. Pipe. That's not a lot of pipe. Somehow I'm behind on pipe crafting. Also behind on fast insert crafting. Both of these will output into that chest, that will output to a belt here that I will add later. Here we need iron to make sulfuric acid. Sulfur doesn't need anything except water, and we actually need petroleum gas. But water pipe we're gonna drag up here because I use that as anchor to know where to place. At this point I usually stop using small power poles, so I changed my hotkey here to medium power poles, which I will use for the rest of the game. Okay, I'll just handcraft some pipe because I lack a bit of pipe. You know what I haven't crafted? I haven't crafted water pumps. I need 5 of those. Okay, then we're gonna drag this pipe, which is gonna contain water, over here to the water. Replace all of these, so I just get rid of the inventory. They're gonna be used to power the solid fuel power plants, water for solid fuel power plants. So electric engine is next towards bots. Here we need undergrounds. Gonna connect the water pipe to the water for batteries. Take this as going to be oil. Or if I have enough pipe to do this. 3, 4, 5. Then it won't be in the way of the oil build that's going to be built by bots, and it won't be in the way of the rocket factory. Then we need to go up a bit. Probably there. Yeah, that's fine. Ugh, pipe is very low. I'm crafting some. Now is the time when I don't have that much useful stuff to handcraft anymore. I'm gonna skip 2 of these because these are very full. They produce a lot because this map is broken. It has very high settings for it, of course, as it's 20%. So we're just gonna connect everything here as quickly as possible. I also need to power it. Just gonna slap down power poles everywhere. Not caring to conserve power poles as long as I do it fast. Fast is better. That's connected. Quick check. Looks like everything connected. I'm gonna drag power on the way back. We should not stop researching. Now we're gonna research robotics, and then flight, and then construction bots. So quite good progress towards construction bots. It's about what we are supposed to be. So that should make oil come in, the refinery should start to work. Then we're gonna add some buffers here. 2 for medium. Actually supposed to do 5 for here, but I'm lacking one, so I'll add that later. Then we're gonna drag this pipe over here and drag this down to batteries. Actually I need to place it here so I can get past these miners. I will add a tank here because that will outputting from a tank is much more prioritized than outputting from a pipe for some reason. Don't know why, but that will mean that even though I consume all the petroleum I get to plastic, this assembler making sulfur will actually keep running all the time. It will take whatever it needs of petroleum just because it's fed from a tank for some inexplicable reason. Okay, what do we lack? We lack some miners. So we're gonna make 1, 2, 3 stacks of miners. Then we're gonna make assemblers because we need 40 assemblers. And then we need like 80 long inserters. So we're gonna add some coal mining here. I'm gonna power that. And then we're actually going to drag the belt not towards the coal build but the other way and add a splitter that we prioritize. Coal is going to be up and down we drag it all the way here and connect here. At the start I will not be making coal at plastic at a very high pace. Then a lot of coal will go into smelting. Later I will have solid fuel for smelting, so I don't need it. But then plastic will be consuming this a lot. Drag this pipe out here. Here we're gonna do the plastic. So plastic, we're gonna buffer it in chests with dual output, so we can output quicker than we can input. We're gonna have long inserters there, feeding from this cold belt. We need power for plastics. This is the point where I usually split oil. So we can see I should be at 50 minutes now. 50 minutes, 33 seconds. And then in 7 minutes I should have bots up and running. I actually think I'm a bit behind on research, but that's fine. I haven't been researching. So flight is next. We're gonna drag plastic. We ran out of belt. Yeah, there's buffering some signs. We can stop producing pipe here because we don't need it anymore. I guess I filled my inventory with belt now. I'm gonna drag this belt of plastic down here. A bit further I can drag it. Then now we're gonna set up red circuit production. Because that is needed for bots and lots of other things. So for red circuits we need copper wire. Let's see here. One gap. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This belt is going to go up, 2 to the side, feed into an underground. So we have 3 undergrounds. Here comes this belt, so only the green circuits will come in here. So the green circuits and wire on that belt, and then we're gonna output belt here, and we're gonna add an assembler, fast inserter that buffers. I probably need some inserters to make this also. These 2 last assemblers here is not going to make red circuit. They're going to make production modules, but I add those later. So now we have red circuits up and running. We're going to start with the bot build. To make bots I need gear engines, which requires gears and pipe. So I take them off this belt here, which should have gear and pipe on it. Drag it all the way up here. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's going to be engine assemblers. This is going to be electric engine assemblers, 5 of them. This is going to be engine assemblers. Then we're going to have some pipe here for lubricant. We can add lubricant, which is coming from up here. This is in the way, so I have to take heavy oil from here. Drag it way past the oil build to here. We're gonna add a lubricant assembler chem plant here. Need some power for that. So there comes lubricant. We're gonna have a belt here that's feeding from a chest of steel. Okay, I don't have any steel. I have an inventory full of belt. That's not optimal. Okay, I have never cleaned out my inventory this run. You have to do that after a while because you get so much strange stuff that you don't actually want. I guess I want the rest. So now, as we have upgraded that, we should have plenty of steel now. That's why I upgraded steel early, so I have plenty of steel now. Research. Bots. So I need some steel to put into, let's put 6 stacks in there. Then I have some steel left to put into what's called robotic frames. This is way to do this that's quite fast. Can have all the inserters pointed the same way. We're gonna take green circuits from this belt. I need that needed for the electric engines, and then we're gonna output electric engines to this belt. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is only going that far. here we're gonna have side load, so only the things on the outer side, or that is engines, can be buffered in this chest. So the top 7 assemblers here is going to be robotic frames. Now we're going to add inserters, taking green circuits and engines, and then we're going to hand feed 50 steel into each of these assemblers. So they have steel, they don't have batteries, so we have to get batteries. Construction bot research is done. I actually looked at my clock to see where I was in time, but it's not running. So batteries comes here, it gets fed to the inside of this belt, so it gets to the robotic frames assemblers. And then robotic frames get outputted here, and we need, because this is the one making the actual bots, and that needs green circuits. I need a road port right now, and we can research modules next. So when I get the roboport here, I can craft another one, and I will place that there. This is the time I usually split bots, because now bot production is up and running. As I put 50 steel into each of these assemblers, each of these assemblers will make 50 robotic frames. That's 350 robotic frames in total. That will mean 350 bots. The engine production will keep running. I now put 600 steel in here. I need to put a total of 1200 steel. So engines will keep running, and all the engines will be buffered in this chest. So I need about 800 engines here in this chest, and that's about what I will get. Actually 825. I think I will get 850 now, if I put 1200 steel in. But that's fine, I can overproduce some. I will use 625 for those to feed purple science, and 200 for the silo. So I will not do any other electric engine production than this. That will be the only one I have the whole game. That's why I automate it, and that's why I belt in pipe and gears to the engines. So everything here gets belted in. It's only steel that comes from a handful chest, so I remember to put enough in. If I put enough in, these engines will run from now to the entire game and make all the electric engines I need. So many other strategies I've seen uses hand-fed assemblers to make bots. Anti uses that, for example. So he just manually puts in stuff to the engine assemblers here. That means they will only make enough engines, electric engines, for bots, nothing else. And then you have to do a big build of lots of electric engines and engine assemblers later for purple sides. I won't do any for purple sides, I'll just take what has been buffered here. This will take about 50 minutes to produce enough engines, or an hour or so. And I have that before I'm supposed to start purple, so it's not a problem. Okay, now that bots are done, next thing we want to do is to make all the materials bots actually needs. We have lots of space here. We're also gonna craft what do I lack? We need more steel to craft some chests, so I pick up some more steel. That's not enough. That's enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, and one of those. First thing I'm going to do is expand green ship production, because we need more green ships, because these here is eating a lot of the green ships. So we'll do some more here. I didn't have any fast inserters, need to craft some. One thing you can talk a bit about is this underground belt here. This didn't need to be an underground belt, I can just turn this belt here. But if I have a turned belt here, this inserter here would put on the left side, in the inside of the corner, and that's not the correct side. If I have an underground belt here, it will actually put on the right side. So that's a small trick, using underground belts. Side feed here and getting this inserted and put on the right side. And this here underground is just to prevent gears from getting into this lane, and then it just needs an exit as well. So I'm gonna buffer in this chest that feeds in there. One more purple. So that should get that up and running. Then we're gonna make some more inserters here. I'm gonna make blues and reds. We're gonna remember to limit the blues. Last time we didn't. Power it up. Now we have all kinds of inserter being produced. Modules finished. Next thing is production modules. Then we're gonna make miners, which is needed. Also assembler 2s. A lot of inserters here because these take so much material. We're gonna limit that to 2, limit that to 3. That should be fine. This here single assembler is gonna make steam engines. I have no inserter. Pick up some inserter. Output there. It also needs to take from, you can have fast inserter. So it takes gears and pipes from that belt tile, and so it will produce steam engines. We can put provider chests on all the materials I want bots to access. That can't be reached yet, but that we'll fix later. We also need to craft some more roboports, which needs, so we need to pick up steel again. Productivity modules are finished. Now is the point where I actually run out of stuff that I need to research right now. So the rest of the research I do now will just be doing all the things that I will need later, but not now. That requires only green and blue, red and green science. So pick up some steel, craft a few more roboports. These two assemblers here is going to make production modules. Put in a provider chest. Okay, I also need to set up some semi-automatic production. Here, a semi-auto mean I make assemblers that I hand feed. Still not enough steel to make chemical plants, because I need more chemical plants. And they take so long time to handcraft. What I'm also going to do is pick up lots of green circuits. And I'm going to add a buffer here for greens, because I tend to run out of greens that I don't produce enough, and I don't want to stop the engine production. So let's give the bot something to do. The first thing they can do is expand the production of red circuits. Double that. You see, iron here is getting very low, which is a problem at this stage of the game. But that is the way it is. Now we're gonna give the bots more stuff to do. We're gonna tell the bots to make more steel. The reason why I tell the bots to make more steel now is because they have basically nothing better to do while I design the big oil and solid fuel blueprints. So we're gonna have one there and one here. We need to connect these. So this robot also made the electric furnaces available. What I haven't crafted is undergrounds and splitters. I need to give bots some undergrounds and some splitters because I don't produce those. I'll just put them in here. What we also need to craft is boilers. I probably need to get some more stone because I couldn't craft enough boilers. So I will run down to get some stone. That was plenty of boilers. Actually more than I need. That should be enough. Okay, let's get rid of all the excess stone. Now we're just gonna produce everything that bots need but can't, but I haven't automated. Okay, that's some steel. We're gonna pick up bricks of this belt, and then we're gonna make 13 refineries. Okay, time to do some more blueprinting. The big oil and solid fuel power plants. So plastics, we're gonna have 8 assemblers, not 2. Speed modules are done. Yeah, let's keep researching some random stuff. The solid fuel power plants will use light oil. Light oil I will take up here, turn into solid fuel. I seem to be missing 2 chem plugs. That's a bit strange. I should have enough. Light oil will be buffered in chests that outputs into a belt. Like that. I also then steal a blueprint from down here. Need to replace that with a medium power pole so bots can access it. And then I will just copy paste this a couple of times. So that's enough solid fuel production to fill a full smelting line. I will make this a full smelting line. That's 20 boilers. And then I will blueprint this entire build. Now it's a slightly annoying thing that there is a bit of stuff that shouldn't be in this blueprint. I don't want to copy some of the underground pipes. Quite annoying to remove actually. I realized that I forgot to power here. This doesn't have power, so I need to add some power poles. We're gonna have a rover port up here, and I add a provider chest, put materials that the bots need here, very close. I also set up some hotkeys here. I should have brought pipe up here because I don't have enough pipe now. What else can the bots need? Boilers they need refineries. Yeah, that's it what I'm gonna give them for now. I'm gonna power that report. Wonder if this is enough pipe. Can I craft some pipe? Do I have iron? Yeah, oh, I have lots of iron. Let's handcraft some pipes so I don't have to go fetch it. Then we're gonna drag the water connection here to the water pumps we added earlier. I'll drag 4 lines of water here. Then we're going to connect this to the pumps. So that's water for all the solid fuel. We're also going to do 1 more refineries because we only have 16 now and we want 17. That's actually not needed. We also want solid fuel for smelting, so we'll copy part of this blueprint here and add it down here. If I place the belt correctly, this should be fine. It was. Notice how I switch between the two hotbars. So I have pipe and underground pipe in the lower one on the mouse 4 and mouse 5 keys. So this is going to go to the smelting, because one line of coal won't be enough. Also need to power that. Sometimes I forget that. Bots can't really reach this now, so I need another roboport. I should place it here so it actually reaches the part with the solid fuel for smelting. So now everything's connected and bots can start working on placing all of this big build. We could limit this chest a bit. Should probably have a normalizer there to not starve. Okay. Now we have the oil blueprinted. We have steel. Is it up and running? Yeah, it's slightly low on coal, but coal is coming. So I realized that I forgot to give the bots one type of item. It's actually chest. I should have created lots of chests and more underground probably. So I will just give that to the bots. Here we go, some chests. I'll give the rest later. So now we are going to pick up lots of belt. That's actually almost too much belt. And also lots of inserters. Do we have power poles? Not really, I pick up some. Let's see if the bots are missing anything. Power poles, we are producing that. The steam units we're also producing. Again, I need to dump stuff that I don't want. Tend to pick up stupid stuff. Optics, we can do military search. Next thing we're going to do is make more smelting lines. Now we're going to make them with steel furnaces. So I'll copy a build here. 24 furnaces. We're going to remove the small power poles and the stone furnaces. And then we're going to place it right about here, I think. Actually, I needed to craft more roboports, which I have forgotten to do. Okay, the bots are behind in placing chests, which is making this back up, so I just placed them manually. Hello, what no timer? No, I'm actually doing a walkthrough where I play very slowly, pause a lot, and talk a lot. So, no timer today, no actual speed run today. We're not playing very fast, we're just discussing everything, and I pause a lot. You're listening in then? Ah, very good. So what I need to do is I need to move this roboport one tile because it's in the way. So I need to add another roboport here with power, and then we need to move this roboport one tile here so that I can place an underground belt that leads down the coal down to this next line we're going to do. So we copy 12 steel furnaces and we're gonna add some power here with medium power pole because these needs medium power poles. That's actually not connected. So now the bots have access to everything they need here. We're not needing one iron line, we need 4 right now. Then as the bots are so slow in placing stuff, we're gonna drag some belt here. For bots it doesn't matter what they place. One entity, one item is one thing. And belt I can place very many belts quite quickly. And by dragging these belts I actually fill in more than half of the blueprints if you count the number of entities. So this will make the bots build them twice as fast. What also really speeds up the bots construction time. The bots construction time depends on how long they have to fly. They have to fly all the way up from up there to all the way down here. So if we add a chest and add that many inserters. When I place an inserters, which is quite many of these items here, they have them very close, and so it will go a lot quicker. Should have also played some belts, I forgot about that. We're gonna add coal output here, and we're gonna buffer some of the coal up here. And the reason for doing that is later when I expand my big copper mining operations, I will run out of coal momentarily. So if I have buffered some and turned those inserters around by then, I will have more coal. Here I actually place ghosts across this tree, so I don't have to chop them. Mods will fix that for me. I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. Go this way. Then we're going to try to place this blueprint in line here and there. That's a bit inconvenient. Then we're going to do a strange half line because the copper patch runs out here, so I don't really have space for a full line. Actually, also bots, please clear out everything that's in the way here, like rocks and stuff, trees. So this is only 16 miners on that, so we're gonna have 16 furnaces also. We need power poles here to get everything connected. I guess we need power poles down here as well. Yep. How do you manage to build with different map seeds? Interesting question. This is an Any build, which is actually tailored to this map. If I do default settings, the build is completely different. It's much more generic. Then you have to have all the smelting in one big line. You don't can't place like miners and smelters right next to each other. I only do this here because the bots can place everything. Then it's very fast. When doing default settings, I have all the smelting in a big line, and then I place miners far away and drag lots of belts to the smelters. So that build is completely different when you have default settings where you have different map seeds. Okay, we have a road port there. Was that actually connected? Yeah, it was connected. Good. Then we're gonna drag some power here. Let's fill in this power pole so it gets power there. I should have put some belt in here. And we can also give the bot something right in the middle of this build where it's close to everything. There they can have a few stacks of belts, a few stacks of inserters. I probably gave him too much belt there because I need belt myself. So this will be the smelting we need for military and blue signs. So now we're just gonna route all the belts. We need to have this come in here, go up 2 tiles, and we want to connect all the belts here. This is iron plates coming here. One of these lines I will just leave here for now. I will buffer some of it here. Oops. Other 3 lines will go here. Here will come 4 lines up. This one is steel. These 2 is iron. This one is actually copper. So add some steel output. These 2 iron lines are going to turn here. Feed military build, which is going to be here. Also, I'm going to take the leftovers from from military, because there will be some leftovers iron production here, and feed it up to my starting base, the mall. This will actually prioritize going to military. Here will come copper, which will side load into this belt to fill only one of the lanes. And on the other side of this belt we're gonna have coal. Coal is coming from up here, the coal patch. Okay, don't have enough miners, I will just place ghosts. Remember to power everything here. I will turn this so I get 7 coal miners here, because that's what I need for grenade production. So coal comes here, is actually side loaded here, so it's only one side of the belt, and the other side is copper, which will come later. I have forgot to craft speed modules, because I need some speed modules. There's something not powered. We should also add additional gear factory here, which will take from this belt. What we also want to do right now is, because now we have some production modules, we should probably research military as we're going to do. We want to upgrade the green circuit assemblers with production modules, because that increases the production of 8%, and we are usually slow. Maybe it won't be this run as we are playing a bit slowly, but coal is coming in, we have iron coming in. This actually needs to go like this, I think. A bit low on assemblers. Should have some assemblers, so let's go fetch. Let's see, every time I go here fetch, I should see that I have everything. I don't have many fast inserters, I don't have very many normal inserters. Belt I have plenty. Also check if bots are missing. They're missing chemical plants, so I can refill that to get us started, create some more. It was assemblers, there were not very many here. It will get better when assembly production, when this extra iron here comes in. What do I need to research? Lots of stuff I haven't researched actually. This we can set this recipes, it gets easier. This will be ammunition. There will be copper on this belt, there will be iron on this belt. It also needs steel. This is a bit awkward, this setup. So steel comes from there. We're gonna have 2 speed modules in this one, so it produces a bit faster. And it loads the armor piercing ammunition here. Then we're gonna do some turret production here. Turret's gonna have 1 speed module. 1 turret assembler is not enough, we need 3. So I'll let the bots build those for me. Then I'm gonna place 3 grenade assemblers. Now pointing log inserters, at least they're very close. No point in using the bots for that, as it's quick to set up. Grenade assemblers is also gonna have speed modules. 1 speed module each. Then we're gonna do the actual military science. Military science should have production modules. Production modules is very efficient in military science. Can you play normal save? A long time since I played normal save. I have played normal saves, but yeah, it was a long time ago now. So we will have 7 assemblers making military. Not all of them will be working. The last one will only be working like 50%. I actually have some stuff left to research. I haven't been researching. So I connect this belt of military science here. Add some inserter that pulls off these belts into the labs. And as added labs will start to consume expensive science, I'm gonna prod module them. Not really worth it when only doing military. So we already have military incoming. We're supposed to be done with all red and green now. We're not, because we haven't been playing properly. So now I actually need to give some speed modules. Now we can speed module that one, give the rest to the bots so they can place them here. Okay, next thing to do is actually the blue. Yeah, there is a bit lack of coal. Why? There's a coal problem. Some belt not working. Plastic production is probably up, yeah. So solid fuel is incoming. What's lacking anything? Steam engines. Why? Aren't they producing steam engines here? Okay, maybe I actually need a fast inserter there to produce steam engines at some kind of speed. Okay. Now I'm trying to remember how this build is supposed to look like. I'm gonna do copper wire here. 2 of these are gonna be fed from this copper line because it has enough copper to feed that. And 1 is gonna be fed from the other copper line, which is coming here. No, like this. I leave some underground here because I'm gonna drag iron belts past it later. So maybe this actually needs power. Then we're gonna steal a blueprint from up here. Okay, that was way too much belt on this blueprint. Gonna add some medium power poles to it, some belt. Then we're gonna duplicate it to have 8 assemblers making green circuits here. What it actually does need is iron. So we're gonna take iron from here, this belt, put in here. Iron is not enough here, so I just add 1 assembler pulling off this belt and adding this belt. No, this is actually going 1 tile up, I think. This is coming down here. Okay, solar energy finished. Now we're going to set up making miners for blue science. I want a belt coming here out of this iron line. We need production modules in that assembler because otherwise it's not getting enough. I want to duplicate this. 5 we need. Here comes green circuits to the miners. Here the miners comes out. We need to add oh, I'm out of belt. I need fetch belt. We need to add splitters there because otherwise the half belt will fill up, so not all the greens can work. Can you stream some normal no speedrun Factorio? Yeah, I can, I guess. Just doesn't usually do that. Now we're gonna need steel to come out here, so we're gonna add some undergrounds here. If I had a splitter, I would add that. Guess I haven't crafted my splitter. I should also craft some labs. This will be engines for blue signs. So there's the steel for the engines, and here is the gear and pipe for the engines. These 2 lines of iron here is almost totally consumed, or will be, so I have to pull off these other 2 lines that goes up to military and starter base. So that will mix that belt, so that's belts of mixed gears and pipe. Need to. Okay, I guess we have done most stuff that doesn't require military now. I just need to pick up some more assemblers. Okay, here comes the miners in. This belt here is actually red ships, and here is engines. And here is an output belt that blue signs outputs to. Engines are directly fed into the blue signs. Don't need one there. We're going to set the recipe here. 1 red circuit assembly is actually enough to make to feed 2, but I will duplicate. I have twice as many assemblers making red circuits as I need here, so I can buffer some red circuits. Okay, that will get the bots have something to do placing that. This belt here, which has green circuits on one side, will actually have plastic on the other side for the red circuits. Plastic is going to come from here and you place it only on one side of the belt. Blue signs is coming out here. We could probably add a buffer here. Should add a buffer, I mean. So that's blue signs coming in there. Also these red circuits here is being overproduced. So and also this green are being overproduced. So I'm going to buffer both of those, the 2 buffer chests here. No belt speedrun? What? How would you play without belt? I don't get it. Handcraft, hand feed everything? That could work. As I have done some labs, I can expand the labs. This blueprint actually contains small power poles, so I need to give some to the bots. I just place some in the chest. I handcrafted some of the labs, so I just put those in. This is the time I usually split blue signs, so now we should be 1 hour 28 minutes into the run. I think we're way past that, but it's fine. Chain of inserters. No belt speedrun with a chain of inserters. That would be fun, wouldn't it? The reason why I expand labs now is because I will soon start to research science that is a bit slow. So labs will not be able to keep up. When I do if we check the tech tree, most of the science here takes this is actually 15, that's very fast. but most of it takes 30 seconds. But we will get down here a bit, it takes 60 seconds. That means I need twice as many labs to consume the same amount of science. Have we missed to research anything that we need? No, there's no red and green science that we need. Now we just need blue science, actually. But we have some military, so we'll do some military while blue gets started. Now plastic is actually arriving here, so red circuit starts. I need to buffer lots of red circuits for purple science, as I don't do any red circuit build for purple science. So this is actually twice as many red circuit assemblers that's needed for blue science. So half of these, production of 9 of these will just go into that chest. And I also buffer some up here. I already have plenty, I guess. I will have 800 with 4 stacks. Okay, next thing on the to-do list is craft additional robots. I'm out of gears, which is slightly annoying. I can pick up some gears. Do the bots miss anything? Yeah, steam engines, those are being produced. No big issue there. Some reds. I actually don't have much of anything. I should pick up like all the belt I can find. And probably all inserts I can find. Yes, to give to the bots in a close to where they need them. There's actually some in this chest. Can pick those up as well and move those. Okay, we need more smelting right now. Now we're gonna do the big build of that produces speed modules and blue circuits. For those who don't know, blue circuits takes a shitload of resources to make. Need a row port here, power. Then we can give bots some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should be enough for this build. So I will use 3 lines of iron and no less than 6 lines of copper to make blue circuits and speed modules. That's 9 lines of ore, and I will also use a complete line of plastic. So I have to add some row port here, because otherwise charging will bottleneck a lot. Can I one tile down actually? Never thought of that. Can actually add these purples. Don't need that because that is slightly in the way. Okay, so bots here, you can have all those inserters, some of the belt. So that is very close to for the bots to place all this. So that will speed up the bots a lot. Rocketry finished. I should have advanced oil going quite soon. Should have blue size now. Okay, this is already starting to produce. Need to drag these 3 belts all the way to the other side of the base. Which means I probably gave away too much belt. Stupid tree. Pass through this line. And we're gonna pass above the copper smelters. I actually need underground pass here because it's actually connected, yeah. So all the belts are going because the big build is going to be here, so we need to route all the ores to there. We can speed up bots by doing worker robot speed 1. This is very cheap, it's only 50 science. And it gives 35% speed, that's equal to 35% more bots. So That should really speed up the bots. You can see when it finishes, if there's a lot of bots around, we'll see them speed up a lot. Okay, here the 2 lines of iron is going, and then we'll have 2 gap, and then we're at 4 belts of copper up here. There, robots sped up a lot. Now we're doing advanced electronics, so we can actually make the blue circuits we are supposed to build. Now we're gonna fix the... Did I miss anything? There missed some miners. Yeah, we produce miners, not big issue. We're gonna route plastic. Plastic here is... Ooh. Okay, I made a serious error here. I forgot one thing. I don't consume any of the heavy oil. This is not the first time I made this mistake. I made this mistake in many rounds. I should have started to turn all the heavy oil into solid fuel right here, and buffer it all to turn it into rocket fuel later when I'm supposed to make rocket. Okay, so plastic has not been running for a while because we were having too much heavy oil. Yeah, that was kind of bad. That would have probably prevented any kind of record from this run, but as we are not really competing, it doesn't matter. RIP, yeah, that's what you could say. This would have been RIP run, but now it doesn't matter. Also, all the why have I blueprinted this? All the petroleum is coming in from this side, so this here really works. So this chest is badly balanced. If I add this pipe here, those will also start to work, which will balance these chests a lot better. So I'm gonna make a input unlimited balancer here. Now, even though only 1 or 2 of these are working, I can still get 2 belts out. If I just had taken from this, it would have been limited. So where is this going? Need something to measure with. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 tile away here. Is the belt coming down with plastic? This is plastic for making blue circuits, speed modules. Right, I haven't buffered here. I will just drag ghosts here, which means bots will come and fix the belt, get rid of trees for me. So right here we're gonna have a buffer. We're gonna right, I ran out of inserters. Now when I'm going here, let's see what I need. I don't have very much power poles. I pick up power poles. I need fast inserters. I don't have very many of any types of inserter. We can limit this quite heavily now. Don't need that many. Belt pretty low also. Pick up. There weren't much belt. Never have belt. So let's see. Is there anything else I should have picked up? Probably I didn't. While we set up the big build that comes next, we're gonna buffer here. So we get some copper later to make yellow science and like rocket stuff. We're also gonna buffer some iron here. Of course, there's a tree in the way. Now, time to construct the build. Advanced electronics is done. So let's do some random research that we need later. Okay, where's plastics coming in? So here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here we're gonna make blue circuits. Those need speed modules. I had just the right amount of speed modules. Here we're gonna make speed modules. These 4 is gonna be red circuit. These are gonna be green circuits with speed modules, and these 4 is gonna be copper wire. Copper wire is gonna be fed from the copper belt. Here is gonna come an iron belt, which I'm gonna connect later, and we should have long inserters going all the way here, and some more to pick off the iron belt. Here we're gonna have a mixed belt of copper wire that's coming from this last assembler and plastic. And here we're gonna have a belt of green circuits that's wrapping around here and going all the way to this assembler. Like this. So the red circuits are going to be output on the same belt as the green circuits. And then we just need input here. I actually need to place this one tile away from this. I can't have these on the output on the same, because then this will miss some reds for some strange, unexplainable reason. Okay, we're gonna have underground belts there, underground pipes there. That we need. We are missing one thing. We are missing the output belt here. I'm gonna output on the same belt here. Both speed modules and blue circuit on the same side of the same belt. Doesn't really matter, it doesn't use that much. Okay, this is how this build is supposed to look. This is not enough production though, so we need some more production. So we're gonna copy this, give the bot something to do 5 times. I think I forgot to place a road port down here. Yep, they haven't placed these miners. There's supposed to be a road port down here, so they can place the last miners in this row. Okay, I still don't think this is enough. Wait, we should fix a few things here before we group it in more. Like the second belt here. Also, iron is a bit low, so we're gonna add a chest with a fast inserter here. And that's about it what we're gonna fix. We can like shorten this belt a bit, shorten this belt a bit, shorten this belt a bit. Okay. As we want to produce lots of speed modules, and I think I missed some belt here in my blueprinting. I'm gonna blueprint this even more. Yep, this is a big build. Make some rover ports. I can also like remove some rover ports I no longer need. I'll just mark them for distraction, so the bots will go and get them if this construction is done. The bots are missing undergrounds. I have to give the bots undergrounds. Not getting well working now. No, this is not a well working run. You know what I was supposed to do? I said that the coal here is a bit low. That's why I added this buffering here. And I was supposed to use that buffer right about now. Or actually a while ago. Input priorities. So it actually fills up this belt. While the so these start quicker. It actually was too late to do it now. What else do we need to research that? Yeah, I need to add more road ports. I should have done that a while ago. I didn't. So now they are actually queuing a lot, which is kind of bad. We can have that there. Also let bots place another rover port. there I think, and one. Okay, that was actually slightly annoying that I don't see if that's connected to this one, because it's a ghost. I think here. Yeah, those two I deconstructed will be placed there. So now it's time to connect sulfuric acid to this build. I connect that before I connect the ores, so the ore have more the plates are more. Are the prayer spare ports in inventory? Yep. Yeah, placing in road ports is quite important actually. So let's drag some belts up here. What's missing? Anything except for undergrounds? They're missing a splitter. Why? Yeah, right, there is splitters in this build. So here comes sulfuric acid right through the military build. No, that was actually right. Why is this? What's happening here? Why is this bottlenecking so badly? Ah, I misplaced inserters. Okay, military has not been working. Rip, rip, rip. Okay, the inserter was a bit misplaced. Also, I should have an underground belt here to feed it. So otherwise, this here will run out a bit. Super rips. Yeah, super rip. Nightbot is aggressive today. Wonder why. Also, why is there's this is backing up? Shouldn't be backing up. Looks like all of these are working. Yeah. So blue science is producing at full speed. What else do we need? We need rocket research. The bots don't want to place that. What do I need? I need steel so I can make some more. I will just get some steel because research speed is bottlenecking now. Could have picked that up when I just walked here. Okay, they have placed one of them, that's good. So what we wanted to do, we wanted to connect before we noticed that military was completely broken. We wanted to connect this belt, this pipe here, which goes, I think I misplaced the buffers here slightly. Okay, no biggie. We can just have this pipe go here. Now it's just in the way of the power poles. Should also add a provider chest like here. Put like belt and inserters and stuff in it that I should have done a lot earlier. I think they're missing splitters. What else are missing? They're missing undergrounds. I have most of my undergrounds. I should probably craft some more. Rocket shooting speed finished. More rocket shooting speed. Okay, let's continue trying to connect this belt. No, not this belt, these pipes. This we also need to move. It can't actually be there. Can't be anywhere. There it can be. Also, why is only half of this? Something's really broken with the plastic. That is really bad. What's broken with plastic? No. Right, I didn't connect undergrounds here. Gave away all my splitters, I need more iron. Plastic coming to that belt. Plastic coming there. Good. Now we just need to connect all the other belts. Slightly worried that there is only iron on one side of this belt. Weren't the bots finished when I removed the road port up here? Probably they weren't. What is missing? Coal is missing here. Why? Because there is one underground belt here that they hadn't placed. Yeah, probably. I deconstructed it while it was still missing. I have a bot in inventory. I need to expand labs, so I will go fetch some green circuits. Let's see if we have any gears. No, we don't have any gears. That should be enough labs, unless we have labs in here. We have 16 labs in there, so let's cancel 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we should connect all the belts. I barely have any belt. I don't think 60 belts is enough. I'll go fetch some belt. Okay, soon we'll have this big build running. The bots have actually already constructed this. I'm playing so terribly slow today. Oh well, it doesn't matter when I'm just trying to demo how it's supposed to be done. It's supposed to be done like this, but a lot faster. Here we have a belt, here we have a second belt, iron, okay, now we need to deconstruct here, and like this belt, connect it, also the second belt. Okay, the reason for these two splitters here is because I need both of the belts working. Having two splitters will mean that there is enough for all the inserters. There is one iron line that's not connected. This one. I stop those inserters. This is actually in the way. Okay, I didn't mean to pick up all those bots. Okay, this should mean that everything is running. Yes, it's already running here, producing. Belt is backing up. So, oh, it's missing an underground. Still missing undergrounds. Still missing undergrounds. Maybe I didn't actually give the undergrounds to the bots. Okay, I will do that slightly later. Okay. Here we're gonna have a splitter that actually separates the speed modules from the glue circuits. So I just set a filter on one of them, so they get put in different chests. Now is when I usually split the processing units and speed modules. So I should be at 1 hour 47 minutes. Not that I am today, but you get the idea. That's where I should be right now. We should give splitters to the undergrounds. Okay, I gave actually all the undergrounds. Maybe that was a bad idea. Okay, what we also need to do is hand carry in an inventory of iron. Full inventory of iron. No, actually that is the old plan, to remove the last assembler. The new plan is to add make sure speed module is fed first after the two, and then add chest feed iron, because there is not enough iron here. You see this is starved of iron, but there is some headroom in copper. So by adding this chest of iron here, I actually can keep all running. So hand carrying in one inventory of iron means that they are all running for almost the entire time, and then when this iron runs out, this last blue assembler will stop working, but that's okay. So keep researching. Now we are doing the slow research, which I said that we needed more labs to do. So let's see. Take some speed modules out, production modules out, and then we're gonna add labs like this, so that I let all the signs I have inserters here, so all signs will pool in one corner of all the labs. So not some lab. If I only have fed from one side, it might be that some labs down here have one type of signs and some labs up here has another type, and none of them are working towards the end. We should have production modules here. We're gonna copy this. That's enough to copy. And I copy 3, it actually gets in line. Then we're gonna copy not the input inserters like this. We're gonna remove, we don't want the output signs into the plastic belt. Like this we're gonna have it. We're gonna keep those inserters up there so that they will grab early signs coming from the yellow and purple. And then we're gonna add all labs we have so that the bots have access to them. Then we're gonna go back to the mall and see what we are missing. We're missing some undergrounds. We have no undergrounds. Those I need to craft. We're missing assemblers. Oh, we have lots of assemblers. We are missing fast inserters. Maybe we should increase this a bit. Now we can do the science build. Are the bots missing anything? Oh, they're missing undergrounds. That's not good. Here, have some undergrounds. That should be all the undergrounds. Now they're missing production modules. Yeah, because all the labs. Now labs should really pick up speed. So the yellow and purple build will actually look almost the same. The reason for using fast inserters here is because they will look the same. I actually don't, this will be purple signs. I don't need fast inserter for purple signs here, but I will still use it so I can copy it. Purple signs will output on this belt. It will also grab engines from the same belt. This belt will actually loop around. And there will be another belt looping around, a gap, and then 2 belts coming here, and it's this belt here that actually loops around. So I'm gonna copy this and place it on the other side. Change the recipes a bit, because this is now gonna be yellow signs and this is going to be copper wire. There is not supposed to be inserters, but there are supposed to be long inserters grabbing from this second belt here. Also need power poles here and here. Here is also going to be a belt that we're going to connect in shortly. So now we're going to copy this. Oh, I forgot about prod modules. They need to have prod modules. That's like the most efficient place to have prod modules, except labs at the end of research. 1, 2, 3 more. Yeah, there were actually space. Good. Now we're gonna pick up the stuff we need to hand feed in here. We need to hand feed quite a lot. We're also gonna connect this belt here for where's this going to come from? It's coming from down here. This to feed the electric furnaces. Electric furnaces needs to have stuff that's on this belt. Steel and bricks. Research is progressing nicely now that all labs are basically working. What do we need to hand feed in here. We need to hand feed red circuits for I'm just gonna use this as a temporary chest and put stuff in. I'm gonna give the bots, I think bots are missing production models. Yeah, so I'm gonna give these back to the bots. We need red circuits. Ooh. Why are there no red circuits on the belt? Copper wire missing. I screwed up the blueprint. There is my missing inserters here. Okay. If the run wasn't ripped before, it would really be ripped now. That means that red circuit has been not producing as it should, so I should have like 10 stacks here now. I got like 1. Okay, that's fine. And if it wasn't ripped by that, it would be ripped because I haven't refueled the engine production, so I don't have engines either. Damn it. Kind of screwed up this demo run by making mistakes. Okay, anyway. Okay, let's put 7 in there. Yeah, it's actually very much harder to focus on what I'm actually supposed to be doing. Okay, didn't I just put I can put a chest of steel somewhere. Actually, military is very low. Yeah, military was broken for a while, yeah. Okay, what we need to hand feed in here is we're gonna limit both purple and yellow signs on engines that we don't have, and on batteries. So 1, 2, 3. We need 625 batteries, and let's pretend that I could pick up 625. Maybe there's some more here. Now I screwed up the amount of batteries I had. Yes, I did. Matteo 102 is following. So how many engines do I have? That's 5 stacks, that's 250. Okay, I should have 600, but let's put in the 250 for now. We also lack red signs, but that's okay. So we're supposed to put 4 stacks in each here. Now the bots are lacking chests. Yeah, they are. Okay, bots, please place the chests. The rest give also. I can't manually place this, so I need to insert stuff into now. So let's say I only put in 2 now, and I will add 2 more later. Engines are going to come on this belt here. They need to be on the inside of this belt. So they're going to come from this chest. So I'm supposed to put 625 in. That's not really 625. The same goes for here. With batteries, I could actually insert 625 batteries. Yellow signs also need speed modules and blue circuits. Really, no belt? Ugh, and I have no belt. Okay, bots will fix that. The only thing if I had put enough in here, then the only thing I need to do now is actually fill in copper there. We should filter out purple signs on that side, not engines. And we should filter out yellow signs here, not the batteries. So now we're gonna run and my next world record attempt. Yeah, I'm not sure. Probably when anti beats. I'm gonna try to do. Actually, probably gonna try default settings next. Now I need actually 2 inventories of copper. So there's a trick here. I have 1 inventory of copper. I craft it into 6,000 copper wires. Then I can pick up another inventory of copper almost. Because I have 1 complete inventory hidden in the crafting queue. So We'll fill up this chest. This is more copper than needed. So now I'm out. So then we cancel this, which leads to minor chest explosion. Which, yeah, that's fine. So, so now we need purple signs. Maybe we should actually buffer this. I have no belt. I need to pick up some belt. That's belt. One other thing I've forgotten to do is I'm supposed to limit this just to like 3 stacks so I don't overproduce. I should probably speed model this so I can get this going. But then I have lots of time to explain the rest of the build. So here comes the belt of mixed purple and yellow signs, which turns in here. Past this inserter that actually grabs him to the labs. And then it goes the underground belts all the way down here. And it is being inserted into these labs. So now all of this should be running. This inserter here actually makes the research start a bit earlier, and also at the end when it's being almost used up, it helps. I'm gonna pick up some speed modules here and do like a backup solution that I sometimes do when I screw up. It's the speed module whatever I have screwed up with. And I think in this case it's military science and it's engines. So if we speed module 2 speed module of these, it might catch up a bit because we have buffered of the other types we need there. And if we speed module engines and electric engines, we can get some more engines. We have put in 250. We don't have enough. I was to overproduce labs. We don't have enough productivity modules to make prod 2s yet, because we need 80. I can at least pick up all my inventory. So what can we do in meantime now? Now is usually when I split all signs. What other people want? We can actually do like this. We save this as like somehow I got all caps there, not sure why. And we can see I'm actually at 209, which is actually not very bad at all. I can just write time in the console. Huh, didn't know that. Now I learned something new. I mean, that is about maybe 10 minutes behind the world record pace. That's in the way. Now we're gonna do stuff we need for satellite and to make the silo. To make the silo we need concrete. So we're gonna do 2 concrete assemblers here. We're gonna fetch stuff to fuel them with. What do you need to make concrete? You need iron ore and bricks. So we're gonna pick up some iron ore and bricks and hand feed in there. Bricks we have here. So 5 stacks of bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 stacks of bricks. And we need 100 iron ore. That's exactly 100 iron ore. So, I can't get through here. I have to walk against the belt. So now we're gonna feed this in here. This chest. That's actually more bricks than, okay, whatever. That will make 1,000 concrete in that chest in like 10 minutes or so. Which is when we need it. We can see if we have enough. No, we don't. Is purple sign stalled yet? Yeah, there is no engines. We have put in 250 with 1, 2, 3. So we put in some more. Actually, this might need to be a fast inserter. 3.1k. Oh, that's a lot. Yeah, we have buffered a lot more green circuit because red wasn't running. So let's put one more in each of these. Why was there so little in that chest? And we can add those 250. So now we put 400 in. Let's try to remember that. Productivity freeze are finished. So speed module freeze. Yellow signs will be done a lot earlier than purple because we are behind on purple. So what's next? We can do satellite thingies. What do we need to craft a satellite? I don't need that much steel. Okay, I have full chest of steel here. Why? We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steel. We need 2 iron, 5 copper. So we're gonna get 5 copper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slightly more than 5. We're gonna get, so we have 2 iron. And then we have 2 iron. We're gonna get 500 batteries. Oh, I overproduced batteries a lot. Let's stop batteries by picking up that pipe. Then we need all these green chips here that we buffered. We need about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that 7? That's 8 stacks. So we're going to put 7.5 in. I guess that's all we need to make the solar panels and accumulators that we need for satellite. I'm just gonna place these assemblers somewhere up here because here there's space. No, damn it! Now I don't have enough iron. Should have like picked up slightly more iron than I needed, so I didn't have to run down there again. Because here's a lot buffered now. Okay. Chests. Did you until SM2 production in prep for Rocket Factory yet? No, I didn't. That is actually something that I should do. You're quite correct. For solar panels we actually need fast inserters feeding. We don't for... So we need 1, 2 stacks of iron. We need 500 batteries. Here we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a half. That should make 100 of each. Unlimited assembler 2 production. Yeah, because we are not like... Yeah, we can... Yeah, we just unlimited it. Doesn't matter if everything gets used up. Do we have the missing engines yet? No, but not very far from it. So we'll start a rocket factory. Do I have everything I need to make a rocket factory build? Probably. So I usually do that here. So we actually have a silo now. So this is going to be rocket control units, which will insert an output on the same belt. And the belt will loop around. So it's coming down here, looping up and back again. Then we're gonna have a Right, that is enough actually. Then we're gonna have low density structures, which need 2 input belts, one of steel and one mixed copper plastic, and we're gonna output belt there. And we also need long inserters here. See, I leave a gap here so I can place one power pole that covers all. Okay, that's one lane of low density structures. We actually need 2 lanes, so we put another. This can share the output belt, that's fine. Then we just need rocket fuel. That's a very simple build. One input belt, output belt. It just looks like this, some simple assemblers. And we are actually going to use 2 lanes of that also. So 2 lanes of rocket fuel. This rocket factory is a bit too small, so we'll make it slightly bigger. That's 8 on each row. Let's blueprint that. That's 16, 24, 26. 26 is what the belts can support, so that is what we will do. We are probably very low on solid fuel here. Yeah, we are. Heavy oil is decreasing now. Light oil is actually catching up. So, what to do now? We can make. We actually need to add a lot of roboports here. So we have one there, maybe one here. Actually, we need. Here you can see that not all the power plants are built. So we'll add a roboport up there so they can build the last ones. And then we add another roboport right about there. It will be powered later. Bottom in outside did look odd. You mean here? They're outputting and inserting on the same belt. They are supposed to look like that. Because, yeah, this will be uploaded to YouTube. Me slightly screwing up speedrun while trying to explain it at the same time. But yeah, no, of course I will upload it. So what to do now? We can probably refuel purple, because purple is, yeah, not producing as it should. So what do we need for that? We need to put 400 in. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half. That's actually all we need for purple. Probably need some more red ships as well. I don't think we put enough red ships in. We're also gonna try to get hold of 100 blue circuits. Maybe we have produced a lot of blue circuits. So we just to make the prod modules. Yeah, we have billions of these. Yeah, yellow science is not even consuming them. So we'll put all of these in, which should kickstart purple production again. Make some more reds. Yeah, everything is running. Very strange that this catches up just because I'm a bit slow. This usually is a bit more lacking. Yeah, roboports. We should move some roboports to make it go a bit faster. Research speed. Okay, just like that, like that. Maybe some bots will remove it sometime. Then we can add more up here. Yes, for research purposes. I actually have 2. I just placed them. Damn it. Shouldn't have. Maybe those will get placed. Don't know. So let's make prod 2s. Oh, we actually have enough prod 1s, so we'll just switch it to speed module so I get some more speed modules. We actually have overproduced. What did I pick up there? We actually overproduced prod 1s. That's okay. Doesn't matter that much. So we can just place 4 assemblers here. Reds. I need 100 reds. I don't have 100 reds. That's enough. 120 is actually what I need to make the prod freeze also. So we can take speed modules there. Okay, to insert this in the correct fashion is a lot easier if I have exactly 100. So I put 50, half. That means 50, 25, 25. Take half of that, put there. So now there's 25 in each. Can do the same here. Slightly too many, but that doesn't matter. And then I can put 25 in each. They only need 20. Oh, I didn't put 25 in the last one. So now that is running. Okay, we need to do inputs here. Some of these belts here is gonna be fed from manually placed buffers. Ooh, I don't have chests. And I barely have any fast inserters. Slightly annoying, I just have to ghost some. Bots will place them. So these two chests here I will fill with steel. So that will fill this belt with steel without those inserters. Here is going plastic and copper. I actually need one more space here. This will make all this feed on the inside of this belt. That's why I make this slightly different here. So that will feed the inside of the belt. Here is gonna come plastic. There's a roll port not powered. And we're actually gonna take from this inner belt that goes down to blue signs. Oops. Because we don't want to strip this away. So we're going to prioritize everything to come to the rocket factory. Okay, next we need to do, actually quite many of the labs is actually running, that's good. So science is actually not that bad. 2 bots in inventory. Now we're going to get steel and copper to fuel the rocket factory. Energy low? Yeah, energy low. Why? Yeah, because bots are working like crazy. It's the bots draining all the energy. And I haven't placed the last part of the... Did that get placed? Really hope the bots... No, they didn't place that one. Okay, bots, place this one so you can build the last of the power. I usually expand power right about now by placing that roll port. I should have done it slightly earlier. Okay, what were we doing? We're gonna fetch steel. Now we're gonna do the same trick as we did with copper. Fetch 2 inventories at the same time. This time we will make empty barrels of it. I actually don't have... Really? I don't have 2 inventories of steel? That's strange. Should have that by now. Ah, right, I placed lots in these chests here. So I actually had it. Those 2 chests were almost full. It's unpowered. So half in there, half in there. Then we go up to this belt, create a big chest explosion. Ugh. No, it was actually supposed to go on that belt. Okay, I'll pick those up later. So half in there, half in there. Here is a strange phenomenon. This inserter is outputting, this is not outputting. But all the other factories we are outputting into both chests. So if you see, this chest contains 500, this chest contains 1000. So This is because that inserter and that inserter is not in the same chunk. So I have a chunk border right between here. I can actually show that. Interface, show grid when game is paused. Yeah, you see we have a chunk border. The big thick line is a chunk border between those. If they are in the same chunk, they somehow can figure out that they should output every second time. But if they are in different chunks, they don't get that. They screw up. So that's a strange effect. Show grid when game is paused. I don't want that. Yeah, I don't know why the game works like that. The game just works like that. Don't ask me why. What we also need for a low density structure is copper. One inventory of copper is enough. It looks like yellow is almost done. There's no more batteries on the belt. So we put half in that chest, half in that chest. Then we get one belt of steel, one belt of mixed plastic and copper for low density. We also need to connect solid fuel. I also noticed that there's not enough. We need about slightly over 600 in each to have enough, which we don't have, so we have to fetch some. What did I do there? Okay, I have nothing in inventory. Bots are not placing those? Really? Why? They haven't placed. Stupid bots. Now they can place the last Steam engines. Power should be really fine now when bots is not working, by the way. Yeah, power is fine. Right, I had a full inventory. What keyboard I have? I have a very old, very cheap keyboard that's very bad. I've been meaning to get a new one for like ages, but I never get around to it. Okay, now there is over 700 in each. We actually need to take half of what's in that chest and put in that chest. To write something interesting. It works like I would expect. Chunks are updated in the same deterministic order. When the first chunk is updated, the inserter since solid fuel takes it. What is surprising, that seems to be non-deterministic within the chunk. No, it doesn't seem to be random. I think I've actually tested it. It actually is every second item. There is exactly half in the chests. Damn it. No belt. So yeah, I know that sounds strange, but it actually works like that. So yellow science is done. It has consumed all the 600 batteries. 625 batteries, so we have a lot of yellow science. So what we need now is only connect this belt up here. I need some belt to do that. I emptied those, so I have some reds, blues and speed modules. Really, the bots can't reach here. We should filter out these. Okay. Now, oh, I haven't made the prod freeze. I need to make the prod freeze. Then I need red ships. I don't have red ships. Oops, that wasn't what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to set Prod freeze. Weren't there some, actually some... Ah, there was some red left over here. Fine. Silo research, silo is almost done, which is good. I haven't done the output buffer. Maybe I have time. I see there's not many labs working here. Some are. I should have turned inserters here. That makes more labs work. To have it going back and forth. Now it's piling up down here. So when I turn that, those can rocket search done. Good. I should really set recipes now. But now I'm down here fetching like stuff that I need to make the buffers. Like billions of irons that I really didn't want to fetch. I wanted like 2-3 stacks. Maybe that. Make some splitters. That should be enough. Okay, we can do effect transmission in the meantime. Yeah, all science is done. Now we should set the recipes. To set the recipes, we use a trick. It's called setting recipes by blueprint. Not a very advanced trick, but what happened there? As I have all the assemblers here in one big line, I can just create a blueprint, remove everything but the assemblers, and I can just drag it over here and set all the recipes. Okay, that's all the recipes set. Should really get rid of the steel there on this belt. Now we need to create the output and output buffers. Right, that should actually go there. Then we need to craft the silo quite quickly after we have done this. Just gonna set up the output buffers first. I'll also explain here. I use these splitters here to make sure that all these chests are fed equally, so that it can insert, so that all inserters can insert into the silo, because that can actually be inserter limited if the chests are unbalanced. Yeah, I don't know about this per chunk. I just know that Bilka claims that there is no such code, so that it doesn't work like I say it worked. But I mean, it seems to actually be working like that. I don't know if it's supposed to work like that or not, but okay. We can see, can we craft a beacon? No, we don't have any red circuits. Now we need to craft the silo. We should actually get rid of some of the stuff we have here in inventory, like those 72, all those speed modules. We can put on that belt instead. Now to make silo we need 1000 concrete, we need 1000 steel, 200 blues I've saved here. We need actually 100 pipe. I'm just gonna take some blues, greens and some copper wire off this belt, so I can make some and some reds, so I can make some beacons. What did I say I should pick up? Do I have one stack of pipe? No, I don't have a whole stack of pipe. One stack of pipe is enough. Then we just need steel. We have steel in the chest up here. That was actually way more steel than I needed. We need 200 engines. Okay, we overproduced engines a bit. That should be enough to make the silo. And also beacons. So before we go set that silo up, we should remember to pick up prod module freeze, because the whole reason we make those is to be able to put them inside the silo. This is actually running really fast. Maybe I need more beacons. I'm also a bit slow here getting the silo down. Should get that a bit faster. So, and we inside the prod freeze. This will make it go very slow. So we need some speed modules to put into the beacons I just crafted. Why do I have an assembler? After we place these beacons, we're gonna wait, all their speeds up. Oh, there's a lot in these chests. That's good. Actually, I could place it maybe here so I can cover some of these assemblers. Never thought of that. Yep, here it seems like a good spot. Okay, what happened to plastic? Is plastic bad? Plastic is really bad. Maybe it's just balance issue. No, it's the solid. Again, it's the light oil which tends to back up after I switch to advanced oil. But it's also a balance issue here. Okay, that should fix it. Don't need any more research. Okay, how is this? 46%. I still have 150, which is enough for not very much, for 15% more, which is actually 20% more. Don't insert fill the rocket while it's making export. Yeah, but when I put beacons, they don't have time. Now it's actually getting enough plastic. So now we should make the satellite. I need to craft 5 radars. We need to pick up those 100, and then it's just the expensive stuff like blue circuits. Maybe we can actually get them already now off this belt, because there seems to be a lot of blue circuits on the belt, and all these assemblers are running. Holy crap, there's like, this chest is still full. Why did I somehow manage, how did I manage to overproduce blue circuits? That is like not possible to overproduce. Well, I did. RCUs is actually in really good shape. I actually have most of the stuff. Now it's just the stuff that was lacking plastics that are bottlenecking. Now plastic should be fine. I'll probably get the rocket fuel. There I can check if there's anything else I'm missing. No, it's just low density structure, the 100. Those are gonna bottleneck. Okay, we're gonna start picking them up. Was that enough? Yeah, I just need low density structures now. It's actually on the last rocket part. So as soon as I start crafting a satellite. How much am I? Ah, very close. Just let some more in so the rocket can finish. Now the rocket should be finished. There we get satellite. Try to time this so that the rocket is ready. Approximately like a satellite. Now I got satellite slightly early. We should put auto launch with cargo. Then we get satellite in and then we launch. Should we try the console command time to see how we've done in this walkthrough? We see here 2:39 it actually says. That's actually not that bad. It's like 10 minutes after less than world record pace, but I felt we did lots of mistakes. We did pause a lot though, so the stream has been longer. Yeah, I mean it's 10 seconds late, that's not good. But it's fun to do a more soft run when I can yeah, that's true. But I did play it in single player mode, so it's not real time, it's game time. Because I did pause a lot when I was explaining stuff, just to get the production to be fairly close to what I usually have. I also did lots of mistakes, like not having the engines, not getting the red circuit production up, but it seems not to have mattered very much. This was wonderful, Nathan. Thanks. No problem. It was fun making it. Fun talking about all these inserted thingies and side loading into belts, into underground belts. Lots of those small tricks. Maybe I didn't explain this build properly, the blue signs. I mean, I make green circuits, I make miners, and then I just feed everything. Engines are actually directly inserted into the blue signs assemblers. Red signs is put on the same belt as miners on the other side. Why is this stopped? Yeah, because plastics. All plastics go to rocket silo. This got none for a while, but that was after science has stopped, so no biggie there. I think I have lots of blues overproduced, yeah. Actually still some here on the belt. Yeah. Still some yellow and purple on the belt. Yeah, teaching, I heard so many times that teaching also helps the teacher to understand the subject better. So I hope this helped you as much as it helped us. Yeah, maybe. It was fun. I mean, you really get to analyze things when you talk about them like this. It's hard to try to remember everything you're supposed to do while talking at the same time. And I actually misplaced this buffers here slightly. Yeah, right, it's the bottom one that's supposed to go with at the bottom of the black assemblers, not the top at the top. So they're supposed to be 3 tiles higher. That's why this pipe ended up in the middle here. Oh no, well, never mind. Just to do some spaghetti pipe around. Rim world? I like no. That doesn't sound fun. Blue signs be turned into modules very easy? No, not really. And I don't need actually. I actually started producing speed modules here that I never used also, but I felt that there was a lot of both blue ships and speed modules I had to spare. Because I mean, RCUs were never bottlenecking here. It was low density structures due to plastic being low, unfortunately, which is a bit bad. I should really fix that. And if I do a real speedrun, I should really fix the light oil. When I switch to advanced oil, I produce too much light oil. So either I should add just more tanks or actually do something with it. I actually don't need more solid fuel, so it's probably just faster to add like 5 tanks more and I won't get that problem. No speedrun normal game. Yeah, normal game was just a fast speedrun. Yeah, maybe. What else can we talk about? I got stuck. Yeah, if anyone has any questions, you're free to ask them in chat. Otherwise, I'll see what I can find to talk about. Probably something. Speedrun is anything done as fast as possible under agreed upon conditions, regardless if it is vanilla or not. Yeah, maybe. I mean, the start is actually the most interesting of the speedrun, I think, because that's where different people have different tactics. I mean, I do some stuff in a certain order, Antti does in a completely different order, and both yield valid results. I watched his stream yesterday, and when I tried to optimize the order, that was very interesting, because I have never done it that way. Actually trying different strategies like that. That's very smart. I need to do that sometime. What's your strategy? Sabotaging Antti's run? No. It's not like that. I won't sabotage his run. It would be much more fun if he actually beats my time, so I can need to come up with even better solution of everything to go even faster. But I mean, if he just beats it by a minute or like 2 or even 5, then maybe I can improve the current design, just make it faster. But if it beats like 10 minutes, then I have to come up with a new design. Furnaces? You mean steel furnaces? I use steel furnaces because they are it saves space, it saves placing time for bots, and they are actually not that much more expensive if you take into account the inserters and belt that goes around, because I need twice as many inserters for stone furnaces. Also, if I were to build all this with stone furnaces, I wouldn't have it wouldn't be enough with one belt. Actually, one belt of coal is not enough to fuel all this, but as I mix in some solid fuel here, it is enough. Yeah, steel furnace. I understood the steel furnace. So steel furnace conserves coal. It is a lot faster for the bots to build, as there's a lot fewer entities, and yeah, some other reasons. Yeah, if it's done right, it all bottlenecks at the end. It's supposed to do that. I mean, if we look at my Excel plan that we have here, which is the target production, how much I need to produce, how many assemblers I have, and their production in items per minute, and dividing the target with the items per minute gives the time in minutes. So blue signs, for example, have to run for 46 minutes to complete. Speed models have to run for almost 30 minutes, blue ships for slightly more than 30 minutes, and yeah, purple and yellow side only have to run for slightly more than 7 minutes. And I have the time written to the right when I want them to be done. then I get the time when they are supposed to start. And if we compare that to when my splits are, so black side is needs to start at least at 85 minutes. That is 1 hour 25, and they start at 1:20. So I'm actually ahead by blue science according to my plan. Military science. Blue science need to start at 91 minutes. I'm 2.5 minutes ahead there in the split. Yeah, if everything bottlenecks, then everything speed models in blue ships supposed to start at about 1:15. There I'm actually very ahead in the splits. I think I'm ahead in science also. Oh, I think all science gets up about where they should. But last time it was still blue ships and speed models that were bottlenecking. That's a bit strange. All my smelting runs running 100% of the time. The ones for starter base are. Yes, I think they are. Could be that some of this copper here might not be 100%, because this build here consumes the entire iron line. If I have iron in this chest, which I put a full inventory into those 3 chests to have further inventory, while there is iron in chest, these copper lines are consumed completely. When they're not, it's not 100% consumed here. It's almost all, but not really all. So but apart from that, everything is running 100%. Oops, I forgot to remove showing the plan. Yeah, sorry about that. My sheet was still covering the screen. But the copper lines here for the blue circuits and speed modules. What I did say was that when there is iron here in chest, the copper line is completely consumed. If there are not, the iron line is completely consumed, but the copper is like only 90% consumed. No, without more lines I cannot improve that time in any reasonable way. Not in an easy way, at least. Actually, some stuff in there. No, and I mean, what is the main bottleneck is this big build of speed modules and blue circuits, and that's already 9 lines of ore into that, and 1 line of plastic, almost a full line of plastics, and 6 lines of copper and 3 lines of iron. So I mean, it's a lot that goes into this build. It's more than the rest of the base combined, actually. I think so, at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, it's actually less than the rest of the base combined, but almost. But yeah, can probably still improve. I can just be faster. If I just practice everything a lot, I can probably shave 5 minutes off world record, but yeah, I let Antti have a go. And next week I'm probably gonna try default settings again. That would be the best way to sabotage Antti's trying to take my world record in any percent. It would be to take his default setting speed record. But I don't think I can do that. Not without being extremely lucky with the map after having practiced that build a lot more. Yeah, my time there is a bit worse. It's 3 hours 51 minutes is my personal best there. I can actually show you that time. Here's the splits from that run I did. They are a lot worse. Bots was 1 minute 26 minutes, 1 hour 26 minutes, and I launched at 3:51. So yeah, I can probably improve a lot there. The last split was also very bad. Yeah. Now you have 3 lines of 5 block blue circuit, speed more 1. What if you did 4 lines of 4 blocks? Little more production and the iron line would be enough. Twitch for 5 to PTM. Yeah, the problem is the reason why the speed model and processing units looks like they do is because they consume 1 line of iron and almost 2 lines of copper. If I were to change this up, then I would to like split the lanes up and do a lot of splitters and stuff. I think by buffering some iron here in these chests and then hand carrying them in, then I get them producing fully and consuming the copper line. So that's quite nice. And I have some time to buffer here because it takes a while for the bots to place all this build and for me to run around, connect all the pipe, and so I have time to buffer up enough running through. Yeah, no, I could get more resources. It would just be a bit slower. I mean, I can add maybe 3 more copper lanes. No, not really 3, but if I move the whole build, I can have these up. Because I mean, lots of the smelters here is on the actual copper patch, so I have to like change how the build looks a bit. I can probably have 1 up there and 1 down there, so I can have a lot more lanes on this patch actually. But then I have to move everything here to different location. I have to move everything around. Also the iron patch, I mean, I don't use like a quarter of this iron patch, or maybe I use like a third. This iron patch is huge. I mean, look at this patch. I don't use very much of it at all. I even have a full power plant on the iron patch, and there's so much space left. So iron wouldn't be a problem. Copper, yeah, perhaps. But I need to move stuff around, and also the distances will be greater. Yeah, 30 million, 40 million, and that's after mine. But also I try to optimize my base around bots. If you look here at the map, here in the absolute center of the map is the bot mall, and it's from here that the bots get stuff that they place all over the map. So I try to keep that at the absolute center, so the distance that the bot has to move is at the minimum. Of course I mitigate that far distances by hand carrying in chest of belt and inserters for a smelting line, so they will build faster. But still, if I were to spread out the base more, the bots would be less efficient and I would need to build more. It's actually quite compact, this base. Yeah, this was a fun stream, explaining all the small tricks I do. I felt that all the tricks are at the start, not very many at the end. At the end it's just slapping down blueprints. So many important details. Yeah. What about deconstructing moving robots? Yeah, I kind of do that. Problem is that maybe I should like place radars down here so I can do it from map view. Because if I have radars, I can do it from map view. But I did deconstruct some of the robots here to move them up here later. There's only one left. There was 2 here, 1 here, 1 here. So I did deconstruct quite a lot of the robots to move them to more useful locations to keep the resource speed up. But I could have built more had I had red chip production working from the start. I wouldn't have been so low at the end, so I could then I can afford to build more because I have plenty of steel. Actually, I didn't have plenty of steel. I maybe had like 1,000 steel to spare, 1,500 steel to spare. So no, actually I had emptied all the other chests. It was just this chest with 1,000 left when I took to fill the rocket silo. So not very much steel overproduced. 1,000 is still quite a lot actually. 6 bricks. Yeah, but I can go faster. Then I can beat the record again. Go faster and don't make any mistakes. Yeah, I think this is it for today. Are we gonna find some nice stream to host? Are there any fun Factorio streamers? Let's see. You're welcome. Nobody streaming Factorio. Let's see who is streaming Factorio. Cornel Will, we hosted him last time. Do we have someone else that is streaming? No one streaming Speedrun. Actually, isn't Cornel Will streaming Speedrun? Maybe is. We'll host Colonel Will. I was at least streaming Speedrun before. Yeah, if I move run, yeah, if I move my stack, that is true. That's something I should do, but I don't mind the small explosion where it doesn't really matter. Okay, thank you everyone for watching. Good night. See you next Tuesday. Bye. Night.